welcome to another great Sista Gurl TV, and I'm your more than fabulous host, Nico Harris. And today I'm at Common Grounds Coffee Shop, located in Bed-Stuy on Putnam Avenue. So, as I'm here today, let me introduce the guest of honor, Verse Essential.
Live and direct, Verse Essential, Queens, New York, at Common Grounds. My homegirl Nika, Sista TV. Yeah.
Alright. So, first and foremost, I want to start out by showing the album that's out right now. I'm going to get a good view on that, and it's called Ingenious.
Deluxe edition.
Deluxe edition. So, Verse, tell us more about this great album.
Oh man, alright, first off, thank you for having me here today on the show, live in Brooklyn. This album was a start off from a mixtape I had out called Ingenious that I released in 2009. It's a 21 track mixtape that I put out, and I was working on my debut album and it wasn't coming out the way I wanted it to come out, so I said that, hey, I got all these good tracks and I got all these new songs, let me just put such together, and that's what I did. I took some songs from the mixtape and then 9 new songs for the album, put it all together, and you have this. See it right here directly in front of you. So that's how it came about. That's why I call it Deluxe Edition, because even though it's a shorter amount of tracks, it's new songs, new format, new intro, new outro. It's a whole nother project, even though it has the same name to it. So that's how it works.
Which is totally ingenious.
Yeah,
Why not call it the same thing? So tell us how you came about with your name, Verse Essential.
Well, back in high school, I used to go by the name called Versatile, and I didn't really like it too much. I mean, I was like maybe 13 or 14 at the time, so I was like, I kept that, but everybody, all my friends, everybody called me Verse, and it stuck, and I always was known as that. And when I went into college, I liked the name Essential, so let me just put Verse Essential, because what a lot of people don't know, the name Verse is actually an acronym. And it stands for verbally enhanced renewed sound enigma. So, but I never talk about it because, quite frankly, it's too complicated. So it's like I'm not gonna put all that stuff in with the interview. So I said, let me just name it as Verse Essential. And I just stuck with that because the name Verse Essential. The reason why I call myself that, because it represents everything that's essential: food, clothing, shelter, all that. And I feel like my music is right there with that category, and it sounded cool, so it's stuff.
If you listen to his album, you will definitely see that he touches on many different subjects about life. So throughout here, it's not just one note, it's not just one thing. You'll see going from song to song to song, he really digs deep about himself and really shows his experience through life. So definitely cop this album. Tell them where they can cop it.
They can cop the album on iTunes, CD Baby, Raspberry.com. They can cop it through me directly, through Facebook and Twitter. They can cop the album through Underground Hip Hop, Sandboxautomatic.com. That's it.
A lot of places for you to get it.
A lot of places.
And I'm sure that he'll sell it with us eventually when we put our links for everybody to sell their product.
That's her copy, by the way.
Oh my gosh. So, what was your passion for hip hop and rap? Like, what made you get into it?
Wow. It's been a while since I got asked that question. Honestly, what got me into hip hop music was through my sister, because back when I was really, really young, like 8 or 9 years old, my sister had this big old boombox thing, like the size of this table. You know, we blasted joints right through the house. We listened to Public Enemy, Slick Rick, the Fat Boys, LL Cool J, Big Daddy Kane, and I was so into it. And she let me watch shows like Video Music Box with VJ Rock McDaniels, and from that point on, I was just like, wow, I like this. But what really got me into music was listening to Gangstar, R.I.P. Guru, and while I listened to some Gangstar joints from DJ Red Alert, this is really, I feel like a senior citizen saying these things, because this happened 20-something odd years ago, and listen to those songs, I'm just like, yo, this is what I want to do. And then when I first started was I used to listen to songs and rearrange the words. And after a while I started doing my own stuff, so I was like, alright, just go like that. And it just became something I like to do. And I'm in my 30s and I'm still doing it, so it's a blessing.
Absolutely. And 10, 15 years from now, you'll be somebody's inspiration. You'll be like, I'm listening to verse. And that's why I went ahead and continued into hip hop. So that's really amazing. What do you think is the biggest musical influence other than hip hop that brings about inspiration?
My life, reality itself, my surroundings, my environment. I record in Brooklyn, so every time I come out to BK, I always see the hustle and bustle. I see the people, I see the struggles, and all that influences me to write what I write about. And my mother, huge influence, my father, and my crew Empire Nation. Shout out to you guys. All that combined with my own struggles, trials, and tribulations, it all inspires me to write the type of songs that I write, because I look at it like this. We MCs, we have a voice that people are listening to, so I feel that it's necessary to say what's on your mind, but at the same time, you gotta make it fun and make it entertaining, because let's face it, you can have the best thing in the world, but if it sounds like crap, ain't nobody listening. So that's the thing that balances talented artists from people that are just talking. So my influence is all around me, and I put all that into my music. That's why my music, I feel, sounds much more real and direct, because I want to connect with the listener as well as entertainment.
What do you think is the most fun venue you've ever done your music at?
Wow. The most fun I ever had, honestly, was Exotica.
Exotica. Explain, what is Exotica? People don't know.
Exotica is a porn convention that's all over the U.S. They just had an event here in New Jersey about the first weekend in November. I got a chance to rock thanks to Access Imoto. Shout out Fest Gotcha. And that event was awesome. I mean, to be on stage and to have girls in bikinis dancing all around, I was just like, wow, this is awesome. And also another venue that I had a lot of fun rocking, I have to say, was Dingbats in New Jersey, where I opened up for Heavy Metal Kings, which is Ill Bill and Vinny Paz. I had a lot of fun. Shout out Just the Pose. I was on the show with them and Access Imoto, and that was a lot of fun. That was my first big audience. It was like about maybe 300 to 400 people in the spot, and just to hear that crowd, like the roar, I was just like, I didn't want to leave. So I was just wilding out on stage having fun. And I was like, yeah, I like this.
What's the one thing that you love about your fans?
The one thing I love about my fans is that they're very talkative. Like, they'll say what's on their minds. That's why I tell my fans, like, if you have anything good or bad to say it. If the stuff is whack, say it's whack. At least I know exactly where to go. And my fans, for the most part, on Twitter, Facebook, and just all around me, they're pretty talkative. Like I have type of fans, they'll say what's on their minds. If it's garbage, they're gonna let you know. If it's dope, they'll say it's dope. So I like the fact that my fans are very talkative.
What do you think is one of the things, the new big things you want to do for yourself for 2011?
Wow. I want to make Verse Essential more into a brand. I want to do more shows, put out more projects, get on TV. Currently, I have 8 videos already shot. 5 are available on YouTube right now. 3 more coming. And just work hard and just make my name more accessible and more known. Because, like, the thing I like to do, I like movies. So eventually, I want to branch out and do more than just rap. I mean, I want to eventually branch out, do movies, have my own company, sell things, and turn Verse Essential into a brand more than just a name.
Well, if you do movies, what kind of movies do you want to do?
That depends. Drama, comedy.
Are you going to be like District 9?
Maybe. If I can turn into something, I hope it's for the better. That's one of my favorite movies, by the way, so I say, hey.
Oh my God.
Definitely.
as far as turning Verse Essential into a brand, do you see anything as far as getting into like clothing and apparel?
Honestly, it's leaning towards that because like for a lot of my videos, I wear a lot of independent makers clothing, and I'll say to myself eventually I want to start wearing my own stuff in my own videos. So it's leaning towards that right now. I got some designs on the table right now, so I'm working out on. But like I said, I'm for the people. I like to support the little guy. Always like to support the little guy. So because you start from the bottom up, not from the top down. So it's definitely leading me towards more owning my own stuff. That's why I like being an independent artist. Because a lot of people ask me all the time, it's like, this is leading towards a record deal. I tell them, honestly, I'm quite comfortable being independent because when you're independent, you have more control of your music. Like, I control everything that's on this project, everything. So I ain't have to go through too much red tape, too much hoopla, because there's a lot of artists that sign and they got bigger people backing them. But a lot of them tell you in a second, they wish they was independent so they could do more what they want to do. And then again, I mean, when it's a pro, there's a con. So in any industry, including this one, you just gotta know what you want to do and how you want to execute it.
Absolutely. So, what do you think is the most important thing to know when being an independent rapper? Like going out there, give a little advice to someone who is just starting out and wants to break into their. Like, what is the most important thing to know to start out?
Honestly, the most important thing you need to know is to be yourself. I cannot tell you the amount of open mics, the amount of shows I've been to where artists would just start out, they would get on stage and they would look, sing, dress, and act like who they're influenced by. No. When you get on stage, be you. If you're gonna be wild, be wild. If you want to be calm, be calm. Because the thing is, a lot of artists, they want to be somebody else because they think that will bring more attention to them. But that's not the right thing. Being you, I'll be honest with you, it requires more work. And there's a little bit of failure that gets added to that because people won't accept you as first. But eventually, if you keep grinding and you keep showing the world like, hey, this is how I am. Take it or leave it. And more people will accept it. So my advice is to be yourself, work your butt off, get up early in the morning, get on the grind, get on Facebook, get on Twitter. And another important thing I say for anybody that's up and coming, try to be around people that got your back and that has your interest in art as well as theirs. There are too many good artists that hang around people that basically hold them back.
That's true.
I see too many, I'm not going to name no names, but I see too many artists that could be way further than what they are, and they have certain people around them and they hold them back. And
what did I tell you in one of my last videos? I told you 80% of your friends are haters. So.
Oh, amen to that. A hater comes in all shapes, colors, and sizes. So
if you're always gonna have haters in their camp, but you need to know how to control them and not let them control you.
Exactly. Exactly. Which is easier said than done.
Haters can be foot soldiers if you put them in the right direction. But if they're directing you, they're going to direct you down the wrong path.
Haters could be your family. Haters could be your friends. Haters could be your next door neighbor. I have haters that some of my closest of friends, and as soon as I started recording, everybody started looking at me funny. So what she's saying is absolutely right. You got to keep them in line, and just have people that you know have your best interest in heart. I will be here all day explaining the amount of people that will hate on you. It's ridiculous.
Make sure you don't come out. It's a shopping event. Oh, I'm sorry, you were filming? I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, shout out to this event. Check it out while we're at it.
They had to get on TV right here.
You know, thousands of people are going to see this flyer now. Tompkins Avenue, night out. But I think, how do you balance your personal life and Verse Essential? How do you keep those balanced?
Honestly, I got a song where I say like, it's like I'm living out two lives. Because like, I have my artist responsibilities and I have my regular responsibilities, like going to work, on my 9 to 5, just living day by day. Honestly, that's the thing that a lot of people don't talk about being a rapper. It takes so much out of you because I gotta worry about songs, I gotta worry about videos, I gotta worry about what to do for the next project, I gotta worry about rent, I gotta worry about getting to work on time, I gotta worry about doing everything on the job. There's so much worries that's like, how do I balance all this? But most times, for me, I take a step back and I excel everything and just look at it as, you know what, I'd rather be busy and be on the go than be sitting down saying, what if, could have, should have, words that don't exist in my vocabulary. If you're gonna be an artist, do not think what if, just go.
You have to move forward and act like the little bump never even existed. Just go for it.
Another thing is that when you're an artist, you're going to experience a little bit of failure. Nobody, and I mean nobody, is successful without experiencing some sort of failure. If you're not experiencing failure, something's wrong. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. It's a balance.
You learn from your mistakes and then you move forward. But if you're having the same failure over and over again, you may want to reevaluate your steps.
Time for a plan B.
Plan B, exactly.
Time for a plan B. In my case, I try to keep like 40 plans in one book. So like,
same thing.
This don't work, that don't work, that don't work.
You know, you take the theory of you throw enough bullets out there, you'll hit something. Oh my God.
Definitely.
So, what do you think is the most important element of this album? What should people learn about this album?
The most important element about that album is it's my debut. This is my life so far. This is what I know. This is what I'm going to display to the world. And it's just, it's a dream come true for me to come out. I mean, this is, how to answer that question? Honestly, it's my beginning. It's my beginning. This album is my origin. And I'm going to tell you, like, you have no idea what 2012 has in store for everybody, because I'm working on some stuff that's going to blow this out the water. But as for now, when you get this album, when you get that album, a lot of interruptions. I tell people, when you get this album, expect...
Hey, they're all a part of the neighborhood. Everybody's welcome on Sista Gurl TV.
Live and direct.
Live and direct.
I mean, when people get this album, I just tell them expect the unexpected. That's the best way to put it. Expect the unexpected. It's not what you think. I try not to make music that when you hear the beat, you're gonna say, "Oh, he's gonna talk about this." Because the thing is like being a rapper, a lot of people they put you in this little box. They think like, "Oh, he's gonna curse. He's gonna call women bitches. He's gonna do this, that, and the third." When in reality, I'm not saying none of that. And when they hear the album, I just like the facial expression that people get. They be like, "Wow, you actually do sound good." And meanwhile, they're pressing the volume button higher and higher and higher.
Yeah.
Oh well. And that's like I said.
This is the album that you put on when you're getting dressed in the morning and you're trying to amp yourself up. You know, you can't open your eyes barely, but then you turn that volume up. You just get moving, you know?
This is my morning music.
Morning music.
Like, yeah, I'm ready to cook it up. Let's go.
Now, I'm going to look at some of the actual tracks here. Tell us a little bit about Old School, New School. What was the inspiration behind that?
Oh, man. The amount of love I got for that one track. Old School, New School is my little story about what's old and what's new. The first verse is everything that's old school. It's like I'm old school, like Henry Kissinger politics.
Hey, how you doing? Good. How you doing?
I'm good. I just posted your video on Facebook, huh?
Okay. I'll check. Hopefully it's good.
It was great.
Okay.
This guy, bedtime, wine shop.
How you doing? I'm Mike. All right. Cool. You doing something right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're live.
His album.
Okay, nice.
Hi. Say the question again. Old school, new school is a little story about what's old and what's new. The first verse, I describe everything that's old. It's like old school, like Henry Kissinger politics. I'm old school, like porn, like Channel 13. Like if you're an 80s baby, you'll know everything that's on this record. And the second verse, I describe everything that's new school. It's new school, like Blu-rays and DVD discs and all that kind of stuff like that. And the third verse, I balance out what's old and what's new. You know what I'm saying? So it's a cute, fun song that I describe what's old and what's new, because everybody has a little old school in them, everybody has a little new school in them. You know, so how will start.
Now, one of my personal favorites, Heavyweight.
Shout out Carnage. Shout out Bastair. Shout out Sway 7, Team Hobby. Shout out Low Velocity, the whole crew. I mean, that's one song. Honestly, that almost never got made because Carnage hit me with the beat. I liked it. Carnage laid this verse. I came through with my verse. Sway came through with his. Laura came through with his. And Vast was so busy at the time that I thought at one point it was just gonna be the four of us and not Vast. And Vast called was like, "Yo, I'm coming through. I'm doing my verse." So shout out Vast there, Cannibal Locks, the whole family. Shout out Double AB. And that song, when I made that record and was fully finished, I was like, yeah, I got a bomb for y'all. So that record, I'm very proud of it.
Now, I'm a little, I'm curious to know what's in New York Minute.
Yeah. Well, like you said, New York Minute. I describe everything in the New York Minute. I mean, if you live in New York, everything is fast out here. Everything. Nothing closes. 24/7, 365. So in New York Minute, that was another song that almost never got made. Because shout out Access Simono, shout out Project Gotham, shout out DJ Ruxpin, who did the beat. I got the track passed on to me, and it was a Project Gotham collaborative on it, and it was just something that we just put together. And matter of fact, and I'm so glad you mentioned that because we shot a video for it. So we shot the video all through New York City. It's available on YouTube right now.
It is?
So yes.
Yay! So I'm gonna post that on Sista Gurl TV tonight.
There are 5 videos out for that right now. Let me see.
And I know I got 3 of them posted on the Sista Gurl TV forum, so it's cool. It's gonna be really awesome when I post this one tonight on the forum.
Yep.
And on the Sista Gurl magazine.
Because I seen you posted my new video. About the news. Featuring JD Nero. Shout out JD, Line of the Slums.
Yeah.
Live and direct.
He passed that on to me on Thanksgiving on that gobble day.
Gobble day.
So you know, I was a little drunk and passed out on Thanksgiving, so it didn't get passed.
We're not gonna talk about that.
It did not get passed on.
We're not gonna talk about that. Because I was up wide, all I had to do, I'm like, yeah, my new video. Here.
So what is one last thing you would like to tell everyone that's most important about you and what you want them to do as far as become a part of the Versus Central movement?
Wow. The one thing I want to tell people, first thing, be yourselves. Don't be like anybody else. Anybody who want to join this movement, feel free to hit me up on Twitter, @VersusCentral. You can hit me up on YouTube. You can hit me up on Facebook. You can hit me up on MySpace. Yeah, we still use MySpace.
Oh no.
And, although it's old as hell now. And
it's like saying I use Black Planet.
oh my God. I don't even know if I still even have a Black Planet account. It's just still, it's like in the 90s.
Or Gente.
Don't mind her. That's a little too old. But anyway, like I said, you can follow me on YouTube, MySpace, Twitter, Facebook. Make sure y'all follow me on Twitter. I have a YouTube digest with all my videos. So once you follow me on YouTube, that is the best way because you can see all my new stuff. Honestly, with the pace I'm going with videos, I'll have a new video pretty much out every month for like the next 3 months for this album alone.
Wow.
And mind you, like as far as all my new projects, I got a group called Art Form Rejects, which is myself, Tresco and Noise Beatmaker. We got a project coming out next year called Blood Written in Ink. That's a darker side of my music.
I like that.
Yeah, Blood Written in Ink. That's Blood Written in Ink is. I'm so excited for that project
I'm gonna
right
get
now.
y'all the exclusive on that.
Yeah.
Exclusive.
She'll have first. And the first video for that, first single, which is Prototype, will be shot in January. Yeah, we're shooting in the cold. And my second album will be coming next year as well. And that's called I'm Not Supposed to Be Here. So, as far as that, I won't go into much details on that project yet, but that's still in the rising. But
He'll come back for that.
oh yeah, this won't be my first time. You'll see me a lot more. I can guarantee you that. And that album is going to describe my secrets, describe what I've been through. It's like I said, I got a lot of surprises up my sleeve. A lot of surprises up my sleeve. But as far as right now, this is the album that's out right now. It's available, iTunes.
And all those other places
And
that
all
we
those other
mentioned.
places, I get tripped up about how many places my album's available in. It's like, how many places? I honestly don't know. There's too many for me to name. But, like I said, YouTube, Sandbox, Bandcamp. Last but not least, shout out my crew, Empire Nation, Access Immortal, Days the Emperor, Fescacha, JD Nero, and Juxtapose. We got the mixtapes out right now, Empire Nation Volume 1 and Volume 2. Free download. Yep, free. No money. Those two projects, and yes, there are videos available for that. Check out Jumanji, which features all of us. Shout out Jason Gorey, shout out Jay Books. You know what I mean? And like I said, there's so much stuff on the table right now. As far as me as a soloist, as far as me being in groups, it's ridiculous. And honestly, like me being doing music, I don't know. I know it's not just me, but I know you say these stuff too. Like, it's Christmas already, cause I'm still in awe that it's the holidays. Like, I feel like we just stepped out of the holidays and we'll come back into another one.
Yeah.
So.
Everything's going really fast.
Really
but
fast.
I do want to thank you for being here today. And
Thank
I
you.
want to thank Common Grounds for their awesome spot.
Shout out Common Grounds.
Shout out Common Grounds.
Real cool spot.
Yes.
Definitely gonna come back here a lot more.
Come and get this latte and this red velvet cupcake. I'm just going to split this open so you can see how
Yeah, and I made that tip, by the way.
Yeah, awesome. See, look at how luscious, rich, and full that is. Definitely come and check that out. I'm about to devour that, so as I always say, holla at your sister girl. Bye-bye now.
Thanks. You know what I'm saying? People talk about they don't know the old school. Some people talk about they don't know the new school. You know, but I know both of them very well. You know what I'm saying? On this track, I think I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say about it. You know, so get your ears in this. You know what I'm saying? Yo, check it out. I'm old school, like Henry Kissinger politics. I'm old school like Beepers and multiple of Star Tax. I'm old school like full-finger rings and gold chains. I'm old school like flat-top fades and finger waves. I'm old school like video music box at 3:30. I'm old school like the box when the video's 24/7. I'm old school like blow pots and 5-cent annihilators. I'm old school like Coca-Cola cans and all flavors. I'm old school like Saturday morning cartoons. I'm old